One of the biggest fortunes in my life has been a proper introduction to Sanskrit language. Learning Sanskrit has been the key that opened up some of the highest possibilities that I knew in my life. The objective behind starting the Sanskrit channel was not just to keep talking about topics from Sanskrit. The objective was to present Sanskrit language itself in the right context and with the right lesson plan, so that anybody who wishes to learn it can really get to experience the joy of learning it and start exploring Sanskrit topics on their own without any need of external translations. After many eager comments from many of you and with immense help from a lot of fellow teachers and students, today I'm happy to announce the curriculum we are going to follow here on the Sanskrit channel to start learning Sanskrit. The Sanskrit channel is an effort to explore a vast variety of topics from original Sanskrit literature. If you wish to support this effort, consider becoming a sponsor on Patreon or make a one-time contribution through these options. Your support will help us create more of these videos more frequently on more number of topics. Do check out all the links in the description below. The biggest challenge of learning Sanskrit is not its complexity. It is the vastness of topics to explore. Whichever topic you choose, there is so much depth and diversity to it that it is quite tricky to craft a syllabus that caters to everybody's interests. The ancient Gurukul system had one kind of approach where the student was raised under a certain discipline with constant care and guidance. The emphasis was on carrying the knowledge forward from one generation to the next. What was considered as paramount knowledge was memorized as it is from a master and then recited back perfectly to avoid any distortion. The student imbibed knowledge not through textbooks or through thought, but as a living reality on a daily basis, living under the constant guidance of a guru. But that system is largely broken due to external invasions and is replaced with a Western education system which continues until today. I went through the same system during college, where students just mug up grammar to get marks and pass an exam. The students have no clue as to why they are memorizing what they are memorizing. There is no exposure to the joy of learning Sanskrit, and neither is there any introduction to the richness of art, maths and science which Sanskrit offers. This is the worst form of crime one can commit against language learning. Taking the driest part of language, which is its grammatical rules, and then shoving it into young minds so they are put off of it for life. Many organizations like Samskrita Bharati and Vyoma Samskrita Pathashala have been trying to remedy this disaster, but good Sanskrit teachers are hard to find because, let's face it, there's not enough money in it. Anybody who is smart enough to make a change is funneled by parents, teachers and peers towards high-paying sectors of engineering, medicine or accountancy. The ray of hope in this scenario is that despite the broken education system and the burnt libraries, a huge chunk of Sanskrit literature is still available to this day. Knowledge systems of Sanatana Dharma are still strong despite continuous invasions, and if one's seeking is strong enough, there are avenues that are still open for one to get back to one's true roots. With this introduction, I'd like to present the curriculum that we are going to follow towards learning Sanskrit. The journey is divided into 4 steps, each of which has a few fixed components, but is also left open-ended for students to explore further on their own. The first step is called as Vak Shuddhi or clarity of speech. Sanskrit is a language where the right utterance of sound is of utmost importance. There is no room for slur or for accents. Because of the potency the language holds in terms of its physical, psychological and spiritual impact, the first order of business is to get the pronunciations corrected. There are 3 fixed components in this step where we learn the origin of sound in Sanskrit, the Maheshwara Sutras, and explore some unique sound combinations in Sanskrit. Then we do Akshara Sadhana with shlokas which reveal the spiritual benefits of each individual letter of the Sanskrit alphabet. After these fixed components, there is an open-ended further study which is optional, where the students can choose to practice and hone their mastery of sound through some of the most complex Sanskrit works in terms of sound like Garuda Dandakam, Shivatandava Stotram, Shyamala Dandakam and so on. The second step is called as Bhasha Prayoga. After getting comfortable with uttering the sounds right, the next step is to start speaking the language. After all, the word bhasha, language, is an integral part of sambhashanam or conversation. In this step 2, we have 3 fixed components where we go through various kinds of words, how to look up new words in Sanskrit dictionaries, and framing own words and sentences. After these components are through, this step opens up again for the student to strike conversations in Sanskrit and pursue storytelling in one's own words. The third step is called as Kavya Parichayaha. This is where we graduate from relishing the richness of sound to exploring the beauty of meaning and form. Here, we go through the components of Alankara Shastra, which deals with those aspects of language which add literary beauty. The uniqueness of Sanskrit lies in the fact that any literary work, be it on a subject as juicy as romance to something as dry as accounting, everything is expressed in a poetic form. We explore the art of appreciating this poetry by starting with Ramayana, the Adi Kavya. This step then opens up into further literary study of the works of other poets like Magha and Kalidasa. The fourth and the final step is called as Nigamagamam. This is where we step even further into the realm of spirituality. Nigama is that aspect of Sanskrit knowledge which is eternal. It has no origin or end. This is the knowledge that holds true irrespective of time and space. Agama, on the other hand, is derived knowledge. This is a consequence of human thought and understanding. These are also known by the terms Shruti and Smriti. These topics delve into the deepest questions of one's existence. Here, a basic background is presented regarding the perspectives presented by ancient sages, and then the choice is left open to the students to pick a path of their own. The objective of this approach is to keep the topics as modular as possible while keeping the spiritual essence of Sanskrit learning alive. This method is also designed to leave ample scope for the students to explore open-ended topics on their own. I hope you will find these series of Sanskrit lessons not just useful but also thoroughly enjoyable. Do share this video across with people whom you think might benefit from this. If you wish to support the production of more videos like these, consider becoming a sponsor on Patreon or make a one-time contribution all through the links in the description below. Consider subscribing to the Sanskrit channel where we explore hidden gems in the vast world of diverse Sanskrit literature. See you in the next video. Namaskaram.